Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to decorate your room. As you guys probably know, my room is very like K-pop oriented. Like there's a lot of K-pop pictures. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that, but mostly just about the decorations and the way that I set up and decorate my room and like where I get certain things. My room is very like maximalist. I know that's not a lot of people's style. A lot of people describe my room as messy but organized, like an organized kind of messy, just because I have a lot of things. It is overwhelming, I feel like, when you enter my room, because there's a lot of things to look at, and a lot of my family members and friends who have come over to my room have said that it can get a bit overwhelming and there's just a lot to see. Like there's like no blank areas in my room. I know this is some people's style, and I know that other people prefer more like minimalist types of rooms, so I'm just gonna show you guys my tips and the way that I decorate my room. Yeah, just things that I've learned throughout the way while decorating my room. First, I'm gonna go into like the basic room necessities that I feel like every person should have. One of those things is wall shelves. I actually have a lot of wall shelves. You can get them at Home Depot. I found some from Goodwill too, maybe Home Goods, Target. They're a good thing to include in your room because you can place little cute knickknacks on it. You can place plants on it. I just feel like it's a good thing to have in every room, and it just looks pretty because it's just like floating on your wall and you just see like these little items just displayed on there, and I feel like that could really make your room really interesting. So the next thing that I recommend is like a furniture shelf or like a storage shelf. Some places you can find these like storage shelves would be probably Target or like Ikea. This is like the same as like the wall shelf. Like you can just display cute things on it, or you can also display like things that have like significance to you, items that you'd want to see every day when you walk into your room. I especially recommend this kind of shelf because it's like a wooden material. The texture and the look of wood makes the room look overall very comfortable and like nice to be in. This one that I have, I don't remember where I got it. I think it was my parents and then they gave it to me. But this one has like 5 shelves, and so it has plenty of room for you to display whatever you need to display. So like for me at the top, I have like this big plant and just like little cat decorations. And then the second shelf, I just have just basic products that I use every day, like face cream, deodorant, hair brushes. And then the third shelf, I have my printer, and then at the bottom I have a basket where I put like all my dirty clothes. So you can obviously decorate it the way you want with like adding the things that you mostly need. I feel like those are better than getting like drawers because you just grab it, use it, and then just like leave. It's at easy distance for you to reach. So that's what I really like about those. But another downside is that like obviously if it gets messy, you'll be able to see the mess. Rather where with like drawers, you can obviously hide the mess in the drawer and like you won't be able to see it. But with these, I feel like you have to be a little bit more organized, a little bit more clean. So yeah, I recommend those kind of shelves. Like I said, Ikea or Target. Or also if you go to like a thrift store, sometimes they sell furniture there, and I feel like you can really find some good furniture pieces there, like some really unique ones. I know I've seen so many furniture at thrift stores, but I always want to get them, but like I can't because I literally have no space in my room, or else I literally would replace everything that I have with like the furniture that I find there. Thrift stores in general, you can just find so many unique pieces that will make your room like really interesting. Another necessity that I recommend, which is kind of like the same thing, is like an organizer shelf. This recent one that I bought from Target, it was around $70, I think, 70 to 80. And this is just where you can display things that you maybe collect. Like for me, I collect albums, so this is just where I display all my K-pop albums. I know some people collect manga, some people collect albums, record players, CDs, literally anything. I feel like it's a cute way where you can creatively organize the things that you collect if you collect. I feel like everyone kind of has like different hobbies, different things that they collect, and I feel like getting a shelf like this would be nice to have in your room so you can display like the things that you enjoy the most and the things that you love to collect or the things that you love to purchase. So I really recommend one of these shelves. It's really sturdy. There's different colors. I got the basic white color, and I know a lot of people get this shelf, like especially a lot of K-pop fans, they always get the one from Ikea or from Target, and so I'll leave the link of it down below if you guys want to buy that one. Another question that people ask on like the way I display my K-pop albums is like, how do you keep them from falling? So they're called bookends, and I bought mine from Daiso. I know you can probably buy some from like Staples, Office Depot, Target, Daiso. They're just called bookends, or Amazon. You can also buy it online, and they just prevent like either the book or the item from falling over. Another thing that I would also recommend is, it's kind of another shelf. It's this recent one that I got from Amazon. It's like an elevated organizer, so like you can place like different things in each section. Like for example, I have books, plants, and like little frames and stuff. And there's also different shapes, different sizes. I got this one on Amazon, so you can find other ones that you may like. There's also some that are like tilted, and like the books are kind of tilted. Especially if you have like a desk, you can place those on a desk and you can have like books or like pens or anything that you'd want to put in there. So another thing that I recommend is getting a desk. It's like a good working spot. I think that whether you're in school or not, it's a good thing to have in your room, just because it's a place where you can physically sit down and like get work done instead of sitting on your bed or like your couch. Because I noticed that sometimes sitting on your bed or your couch can be kind of hard to get work done. Like you just get kind of lazy, you get kind of sleepy, and I feel like getting a chair and like sitting at your desk can be really helpful in getting your work done, whether it's school or work, or just like if you want to just read or just do something where you need to concentrate. I got my desk from Ikea. The one that I got is really long, and there's two side drawers, and so in there I just keep other like random things that I have. Even a small one would work, just a place where you can just sit down. Now I'm gonna move on to the cute decorations that I have and like where you can get cute decorations. The first and main thing that I suggest everyone to get, okay, I literally don't care if you're not a plant person, literally get plants. Whether it's real or fake, I promise you 110% that it'll make your room 100 times better. It just brightens up the room. Obviously, if that's the style you're going for, like if you want your room to look bright and colorful, even if you don't want it to look bright and colorful, I feel like a few plants here and there can really make your room more interesting and just more alive. That's just personally how I see it, which is why I have so many plants in my room, just because I like the overall look to it. I like the like foresty, jungly, gardenish vibe to it. That's just my personal style. I know that's not for everyone, but I feel like even having just one little plant on your desk or like a plant on your shelf or on a table, I think could make a really big difference. So the plants that I recommend succulents. They're not that hard to take care of and they don't require a lot of like watering. So if you're really bad at watering plants, I'd recommend a succulent or cacti or cactus. Those are also really cute to have. There's so many different shapes and sizes and styles, and I feel like you'd probably find one that you like. Another plant that I recommend, they're called pothos plants, which are the vine plants that I have. A lot of people think my vine plants are fake, but they're actually all real. I feel like I take really good care of them. They grow really fast and pretty long too. I have different vases filled with water of this pothos plant that I like cut from the stems. Most of my plants that I got are from Home Depot, Trader Joe's. I've gotten a few from pharmacies. Like sometimes they have little sections of like plants. I know like Rite Aid has that, Walgreens has that, CVS has that. I've also gotten some from Ikea and just from random little shops that I find here and there. If I find like a cute plant that I like, then I'll bring it. My parents have also found a lot of like plants that are like thrown away, and then they always bring them to me, and then I always end up keeping them and like taking care of them, and they end up growing again. So I feel like you can literally find a plant anywhere. So for example, like this one that I have in the basket, my parents, they found it in a trash can and it was already in its pot, and then they brought it home to me, and it's been alive since then. I think I've had it for almost a year. I just keep watering and it comes out with little flowers, and I'm surprised that it's surviving indoors, because I know some flowers, it's not the best if they're kept indoors. It's better if they're kept outside, but I'm not really sure about this plant. I don't really know what kind of plant it is either, and I keep it by the window so it gets a little bit of sun. It's so cute. I love it. I put it in this basket that my friend gave me. Like it would have been thrown in the garbage. They literally brought it to me and now I have it. Same with this aloe vera plant that I have. I found it in the dumpster, like next to the dumpster, and like it's in its vase, and I brought it in. I started watering it. Now it's like hella bigger than it was before. I just really love plants, if you guys couldn't tell. So I like 100% recommend getting plants, whether it's real or fake. I also have a lot of fake plants in my room and like fake flowers. I bought those from Amazon and Michael's, some from Target. Honestly, think that one of the reasons why my room looks really cool, not to like be selfish or anything, but I think it's because there's at least one plant in every corner. There's not a corner in my room that does not have either like a little plant, a flower, or like a full-on like vine plant, and I think that's just what makes my room even more interesting. I feel like plants are like the #1 decoration. You guys should get some. So now moving on to like non-plant decorations. A good place to find cute decorations and cute like knickknacks and stuff would be Goodwill. I have found majority of my decorations from Goodwill. Go to your local Goodwill, Salvation Army, or vintage shops, or sometimes if you like drive by like your neighborhood and sometimes you find those like small towns with little shops. I recommend going into those because sometimes they have like really cute and random like decorations that I think would look really nice in a room. So one of the things that I try to look for in Goodwill when I'm trying to find for decorations is like colorful vases to put my plants in. I buy pink ones, purple ones, white ones, and like just these bright colorful ones. I feel like those are really cute to have. You could put anything in these vases. You could put your fake flowers in there, you could put real plants in there. And then I also look for cute frames. I bought a lot of my frames from Goodwill too. I started to stop buying frames from like Target and like Daiso and stuff like that, just because the frames from there are just basic like white frames. Like, I mean, this one's kind of cute, but I got this one from Daiso. It has this like design on the side, but it's like just a basic white color, rather with like ones that I find from Goodwill. They're like different shapes, different styles, different vibes, and that's what I really like about the frames there, is that they're all different. You know, it's like a one-of-a-kind thing that you'll find at the Goodwill because there's only one of them. Like, I found this TV one, or like old TV frame, and then I found this green one also, this little mini pink one, and I put a PC of Dio on it. It's so cute. And the majority of my other frames are from Target or Daiso. So yeah, if you're really into framing pictures of like your biases or your K-pop groups, or like even pictures of like you or your friends or your family members, I'd recommend going to Goodwill and checking those out. Another thing I look for when I go to Goodwill is cute little baskets or cute little cups or containers to like put your jewelry in. So I found all these little like containers and baskets that I have that I put my earrings and like rings and necklaces in. I found from Goodwill. So I found this cute red basket one. I have these other little containers that I also found from Goodwill where I put all my jewelry in. Another thing that I do is I buy like drinking cups, like drinking mugs. I bought this like bright yellow one, and I just put my scrunchies in there. I put all my hair ties, my scrunchies, my hair clips, and I feel like that's a really cute organization thing to have. Like I said, just grab and go. This is not a thing that I like purposely look out for, but obviously if I see it and I like it, I'm gonna buy it. But I try to find like cute like decorations from Goodwill, figurines or mini plushies, or like they're basically just toys. So I found these two cats made out of wood at a Goodwill, and I bought them because I love cats, and I just have them there placed next to my Coraline doll. If you're really into like decorating your room with like little toys and stuff like that, I know that's not for everyone, but I like doing that. Goodwill is a good place to go to find little figurines or little toys like that. So another good place to find cute like stationery items or like organizers would be Daiso. I bought a lot of my organizer stuff and like cute little items from Daiso. Everything there is super cheap and super cute, which I really like. And I know a lot of people do buy their things from Daiso just because it's very convenient to go there. Like everything is there, kind of like a Dollar Tree, but like cuter. Another form of decoration that I include in my room is like printing pictures, printing posters, or printing like images of my favorite artists, any cool prints that I find online. That's one of my main forms of decoration in my room. Obviously, as you can see, there's a bunch of like pictures taped on my wall. You can also buy from like your local artists. I know a lot of artists sell their prints. I know I've bought a lot of prints from like artists that I like. Or you could print some pictures of you and your friend, you and your family, and put those up as well. If you have any like friends that do art or paintings, you can hang up some of their paintings, like buy paintings from them. I know I have a few paintings on my wall too that my friend made me, and I feel like they really fit my room and I really like them a lot. I recommend that too. Another decoration tip that I recommend is getting like a colorful carpet. I know sometimes, like I live in an apartment, the built-in carpets aren't that cute. It's just a basic either like beige color carpet. It really doesn't make the room any nicer. So I recommend getting a colorful carpet. I got mine from Ikea. It's like a teal green color. It's really nice, and it's really big. It covers up not the whole room of course, but like the middle section of the room. It makes it a lot more comfortable to sit on the floor if you're gonna sit on the floor, to have another carpet carpet under you instead of just sitting on the straight like floor, you know? It gives a pop of color in your room. So another question that people ask me is how I organize like the posters that I have and like all the prints that I have on my wall. I print all the pictures at home. I print them with my printer, and I find all the pictures from Pinterest. If you guys want to check out my Pinterest to see like all the pictures that I save and stuff, I'll put my username here. And I have so many folders there. I have a print folder, I have a K-pop folder, whatever. With the pictures that I print, if they're of like K-pop idols or K-pop groups or just like random pictures, I try not to print pictures that have like boring colors to them. I always try to print pictures that have a lot of bright colors or like colors that pop, because obviously that's my color palette in my room, so I want to keep that color palette. Okay, for example, if there's a picture of like, okay, this is like really picky but I'm very picky with the things that I put up in my wall. But for example, if there's a picture of, let's say, One Direction that I found on Pinterest and I really like it, the color palette is just like beige, pretty much neutral. There's no really bright colors. I'm not gonna print it and put it on my wall because I don't like the color palette and I feel like it's not gonna go well with my wall. But if I find another One Direction picture and let's say the background is yellow, they're wearing bright colored shirts or whatever, there's a lot of cute little editing on it or cute filters. I know a lot of fans do like fan edits and they add cute little things. I'm gonna print that one over the other one because it has more colors, it looks more interesting, and I feel like it would look cute next to all the other decorations that I have already. So that's how I choose which pictures that I like. I know that's very picky. Obviously you don't need to do that. If you like the picture, then you know you can print it. If you don't care that's not gonna look good in your room, then don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. There's a few pictures that I printed that I don't think go well with my room, but I really like the picture, so I'm gonna put it up. But that's just one thing that I keep in mind when I look for pictures that I want to print. Another thing that I do when putting pictures on my wall is I have like little sections on my wall where there's a specific color palette in that section. So for example, over here I have this section with like purples, pinks, just like a lilac color, and I really like that section. So I feel like that's an interesting thing you can play around with. You can have little different sections in your room that have different color palettes. So like this section could be yellow, this section could be pink, this section could be red or whatever. And I feel like that will look pretty cool. For another example is the pictures from the BTSB album, like the postcards. I really like the whole aesthetic and the vibe of those pictures. And so I put all of them together and I just collage them in one little section. You know, that little section in itself, it's its own little vibe compared to like everything else surrounding it. That's why I put it in its own little section, because I feel like if I just spread them around it won't really go well with each other, so I'd rather have them in its own little corner. Another thing that I do, which is like kind of the opposite of what I just described, let's say you printed 3 different pictures, right? One of the pictures has a lot of red in it, the other picture has a lot of yellow, the other picture has a lot of blue. I think it looks so interesting if you put all of those on your wall next to each other. It's not matching at all in comparison to like the all purple theme. Instead, it's like a huge contrast between those 3 colors, and I've done that a lot in my wall. Like for here, I took these pictures. Obviously one of them is blue, one of them is green, and one of them is pink, and I feel like they all look really well together even though they're different colors. These little canvas paintings that I painted of my birds, they all have a different color background, but I think they fit very well together, so you guys can try that too. Obviously it's gonna look a bit hectic because there's all these colors like just everywhere next to each other and it's not really like organized, I guess you could say. Another tip that I have is I also color code like little sections in my room, not just on my wall but also like with my desk and like the items that I have. So for example, I have this shelf on my wall. I have this like pink colored theme on there. So I have this pink plushie, I have this pink little pig, my pink Polaroid camera, and this pink Club Penguin figurine, as well as this pink little container thingy. So I like to like color code, I guess, some parts of my room, not all of it. Another section that I have that I think is kind of color coded, this purple shelf that I just got. I got it from my job. They didn't need it anymore, so I asked if I could take it and I took it. It's still not finished yet, but I'm planning on getting a record player because I bought a few vinyls that I want to play. And so the record player that I want is from Urban Outfitters, and it's like a lilac color, and I was thinking of putting it on top of the shelf. And so I want to keep this little section, like a purple section. And then I also have my Corpse Bride notebook that I got from Spirited Halloween, the Spirited Halloween store. And then having all my vinyls at the bottom. And as you can see, the vinyls that I have are kind of like purplish. And so I want to keep this little section kind of like purple themed, purple bluish theme. I think it would look really cool. So that's another thing that I like to do is color coding. I also color code like my albums, my K-pop albums, like in this first shelf. They're rainbow colors. I have the watermelon theme and I have red, blue, orange. And then obviously for the other sections I have all red, like red, black, and like just more darker colors in that section. So you guys can do that with the things you guys collect. If you guys collect albums, CDs, or just like books and stuff like that. I also color code my closet. Oh my god, I've been talking forever. So yeah, as I mentioned, where I get all of my decorations, majority of the things that I get are either from Goodwill or Daiso, but there's like no one specific place where I get all my decorations. I know a lot of people are like, oh, where do you get your decorations? And I feel like that's kind of a hard question to answer because there's not one specific place where I get the decorations. And also, since majority of my decorations are from Goodwill, you can't really find those things again. You know, it's not like if I said, oh, I got it from Target, and then there's still multiple of those objects still on the shelf. With Goodwill, it's a bit different because obviously it's one of a kind. I don't think you'll find the same thing again. Yeah, and I feel like if you guys do want to start decorating your room but you don't know where to start, the more posters you put up, the more decorations you put up, you start finding your own style and seeing what things you like, what things you don't like in your room. Obviously everyone is different. Everyone's decorations are going to be different. So I feel like if you don't know where to start, just start. You won't know unless you start putting things up and seeing what you like and what you don't like. Go to Goodwill, buy some cute things that you find, put it on your desk and see if you like it. If you don't like it, take those stuff down, try other things. Go on Pinterest. I know there's a lot of room inspiration pictures on Pinterest. There's a lot. Even I think found some inspiration on Pinterest too, like in the very beginning when I started decorating my room. But then obviously the more I did it, the more I found my style, and the more it helped me figure out the things that I like and the things to look out for when I go to the store. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys got some good tips. Hopefully it helped in any way. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below. Don't forget to follow my social media. I have an Instagram dedicated to my room just because I know a lot of people like my room and then I like my room, so I wanted to make a separate Instagram where I just post pictures of my room. So if you guys want to follow that, it's yeimysgarden. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, another decoration I recommend is getting cardboard cutout. You'll have a bestie for life. You'll never be alone. You'll have someone else in your room with you. Dude, yeah, get a cardboard cutout at customlifesizecutout.com. Thank you. And the way, now I'm gonna move on to the cute. Why does my voice? Now I'm gonna move on to the dude. Okay, now I'm gonna move on